The Pfaff Ambition 620 has wonderful lines to follow for different seam allowances. You're going to notice you've got metric and inches noted on those lines. So check out your pattern, see what seam allowance was set up for that particular project, and then find out which line to follow. But also in this machine is an accessory included called a seam guide. Now I love this. I sometimes even call it training wheels for sewers, because when we put this on the machine, we can do a lot of things for keeping our seams nice and straight. So number one, you can set it. It is going to go into this back hole and opening, and once you get it in there, you can measure from the needle to the guide how far you want it away. So once you start sewing, you're going to be able to set it right next to the seam. You can also take it further out than the lines that are on the throat plate, but the best thing is if you ever need to do multiple rows on the fabric, obviously once you start stitching, you don't have lines to follow past the first one. So instead of drawing all the lines, you sew one and then you move it over, and then you put the guide along the last line you sewed and you sew again. Kind of like how the farmers make all those perfect rows in the fields. This is what they're doing, using some type of guiding system. So what you're going to do is go ahead and find the opening in the back where the screw is. Take two fingers, loosen that screw until the guide will slide into that opening. When you want to get it tight so the guide doesn't move, tighten it the opposite way. Give it a good little tighten, and then it will stay where it needs to be kept so it doesn't move while you're sewing. So for example, for say a hem on a set of curtains, you can easily guide the fabric right along the line for a perfectly measured hem. Now I kind of mentioned about training wheels. So if you are working with a youngster, this is a great way to help them get comfortable with the machine, and you can even loosen this and slide it right up against the edge of a presser foot. So again, keeping it nice and close. Again, you can move your needle position so you would have the perfect seam allowance right along the edge.